beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to do a full face of Sephora collection. This is the in-house brand by Sephora. We are going to try it out. I have almost a full face of items, some products that I've owned from before that I love, that I can't wait to recommend to you again, and some things are first impressions that we are going to dig into. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I am such a lover of beauty and makeup. I love everything beauty and makeup related. So if you want to see some more makeup videos on the timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos a week. The Sephora in-house brand, which is called the Sephora collection, it's going to be 30% off during the Sephora VIB sale that's ongoing, I think the 1st of April until... I'll put the date up here and I'll also put some info about this down in the description box. So what better time to try out more things from Sephora collection than during this time? Because if I find some really good favorites here, well, I already know that I have some favorites from this brand, now you can get them at 30% off. So I will link all the things that I'm talking about down in the description box. I will also have a video around this time with my Sephora VIB recommendations and my wish list, and I will also leave that video down below in case you want to hear what other things I'm really loving from Sephora or what things I'm gonna pick out during this sale time. I bought most of these things at Sephora here in Austin, and I was helped by a subscriber of mine, so thank you so much, Sarah, for helping me pick out all these beautiful goodies. It was such a lovely experience and you were very helpful. And I have eyeshadow, I have highlighter, powder, concealer, eyebrow products. I have so many things, and I also have this foundation from before, and I also have 2 lip products from before. These are really good products. I mean, these Lip Stories lipsticks, I've talked about them for years. They're literally one of my favorite lip formulas. And this Best Skin Ever, this is from the Sephora collection, and this was in my yearly favorites last year. So what better time to use it again than now when you can get 30% off this really amazing foundation. Okay, let's zoom in and let's start with the foundation. I have this foundation in 25N, which is, I think it is a light medium with a neutral undertone, and this foundation is a little bit gel-like in the formula, in the consistency. It goes on really thin, like a gel on the skin, and I think that this is a very skin-light formula that has a medium buildable coverage, and it just looks beautiful. It is, I wouldn't say it's a matte, but it's definitely not a dewy foundation. That's why I'm saying skin-like. I just think that this is a beautiful foundation that has a really long longevity on me. Holds up great, doesn't break up, doesn't get overly glowy or dry on me. I will say though, I do have a normal skin type, and on me, this foundation just looks like my skin, but airbrushed, which is amazing. I really do recommend this foundation. If you don't want to buy a $40 foundation, this is more affordable, and especially if you can get 30% off. I will link it down below just so you can see which one I'm talking about, but I really like this foundation. And you can see here I have a little bit, I don't want to call it a breakout, but there is something going on here. I don't know what I've been doing, so I'm just gonna build it up a little bit here and a little bit there for the extra coverage, and I just think that this looks beautiful. I will say I got the concealer as well, and I got the concealer in a light with a warm undertone, and let me tell you, it is light. We are definitely doing 2016 Kardashian makeup, because look, that is light. Okay, let me not do too much. I say and I put more on, but let's do a little bit. I also like putting, it depends on, when I'm using a concealer, I'm not making sense. When I'm using a concealer that's too light for me, I like to balance it out in certain points of my face and not blend too much, because I don't want to blend and make the entire foundation too light, but I also want to put it in more than one space, otherwise it will just look like a light blob under my eyes. And if you can hear my dog snoring in the background, he's loud. I have never used this concealer before. You remember when I tried there's a Best Skin Ever concealer, I think it's Europe only. You're not missing out if you don't have it in your country. It is atrocious. I really hated that concealer. It turned so cakey under my eyes. I did not like it at all. Mixed with powder like a porridge, it just did not wear or look great during any point of application, to be honest. I just did not like that one. So this is the serum one, Bright Future Gel Serum. I mean, doesn't a gel serum just sound amazing? They did have a concealer that had salicylic acid in it, obviously for spot concealing. I don't usually get spots, even though I had one today, so I might as well have used it, but it's not very common for me to get spots, but I thought that that was a really cool thing. If you do use a lot of spot concealer to cover up like stuff like that, like pimples and stuff, I think that that could be a really good solution because it's like a treatment and concealer all in one. And they also had a more matte full coverage concealer, and I think that this is marketed maybe more like a medium concealer, even though I do think that this has really good coverage as well. But I didn't want that like full coverage, like it was more like it was really marketed as a full coverage concealer, and I don't mind if a concealer isn't full coverage. I think it looks more alive, and I want to look alive. Like, I want to have makeup. I don't want me to look like I don't have makeup, but I also want to look alive. It's a fine line, but you know what? That looks beautiful. I've heard good things about this concealer, and that's why I specifically wanted this gel serum. That looks beautiful. I will be wearing this full face of makeup throughout this entire day. I'm actually going to the Container Store today. I know, who am I? But I will leave a pinned comment down below how these things were that are first impressions, because I'm gonna be keeping an eye on it. I did buy a powder as well. Let me see here. I did buy a powder, and this is a what was that? Was that Swedish, or like we say Swinglish? This is a micro smooth multitasking baked face powder, and I swatched this in store, and it swatched very silky, and it had a little bit of a, I don't want to say sheen, but you could definitely tell that it wasn't flat. And this one is in the shade 25 Beige. I mean, I'm only gonna be like doing a light dusting. Am I gonna be using this under my eyes as well? Oh, it does pick up really good. Let me just use it on one side and we can see. Well, it definitely, like, if you look at this area towards this area, it definitely blurred this area. And the girl, like I said, my subscriber that helped me, she said that she thought the consistency was very similar to the Kosas baked powder, and I will say that I've heard a lot of people describe that powder as being blurring as well, and I think it looks really good. So I only have it on this face, like this side of my face. You know what? Because it's not flat, there's still a little life here. Oh, I'm gonna use a cream blush also, and I put powder all over. How very me. I think I'm gonna set my face with some setting spray. I don't have a setting spray from the Sephora brand. I don't even know if they have a setting spray. I'm gonna use the one from Benefit just to set the powders down. I think it looks really good, and this is a good shade for me as well. I don't have a bronzer from the brand either, now that I think of it. I don't have a bronzer, but I do have a blush. And I do have a brow gel, which is the Sephora Clear Brow Gel. And this is supposed to have really good hold. So I think I'm gonna do my brows, but not use a brow gel, and I'll use a little bit of bronzer, and then we can do this brow gel, because apparently this is brand new. So let's see if this is any good. I've been really into like clear brow gel to like just set my brows. I don't feel like it's picking up that much product though, so we'll see how I feel about that. Intriguing. Okay, here we are. Let's see how this is. I will leave the things that I'm using that is not Sephora collection as well. Had I been a good YouTuber, I would have been using stuff that's actually Sephora during the sale, but I'm not. I'm a terrible YouTuber. People are so good at like linking stuff and like promoting stuff. I'm not. I'm the worst. So yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I just use what I use. I don't put that much thought into it. Maybe I should. Okay, it feels, you know, remember I said I make it sound like it was like I did it 20 minutes ago, but you saw it like literally 5 seconds ago. But I said it felt like the applicator was not picking up enough product. But it definitely is. It definitely is. It is see-through, and I couldn't see it on the applicator. But it definitely is getting some product in there. So I do feel like I'm able to shape my brows the way I want them. The big question is it gonna last? Is it gonna last? Because, you know, I've been on the Patrick Ta brow lamination game. It's so good. I pretty sure that I'm gonna mention that in my VIB sale recommendations. Like I said, I will leave that video down below. But if this one, because I feel like I can shape my brows with this, if this one also leaves my brows like up, that could be a good alternative. Let's do the blush then. Let's do the blush then, because I have this little palette that we're gonna do as well, but I have this cream blush. This is the Flushed blush, and I think that this is like a mousse blush. I bought the one that was closest to orange. Listen, you know me, I love orange makeup, and if you don't, hello, my name is Angie, I love orange makeup. So let's see. I'm gonna take a little bit on the back of my hand, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need... Oh my god. Oh my god. That's very not satisfying. Is it supposed to be this consistency? That looks like a crayon. Okay. Oh, very easy to working with your fingers though, because it is truly a mousse and it is a matte blush. So let's use a little bit here. I like to not be too farther in towards my nose because I feel like that ages me. It just really accentuates this part, and believe me, at the grand age of 38, I don't need accentuating those folds and lines. But you know what? That looks really good. Okay. It was a little hard to get out of the tube, but once out, I like it. This is a little bit more on the corally orange. It's not like a yellowy orange. It's more of a orange leaning a little bit corally pink. But I don't hate that. And you can see like I'm working with it on the back of my hand, and you can see that it's truly moussey and not like greasy or liquidy or anything like that. So that's also probably the reason why it's going on so nice on top of powders. Okay, so let's put on a little highlighter and then I can go and wash my hand. This is the highlighter duo in Golden Hour, and these looked so beautiful in store. There are quite a few shades of these. I think that this is the second or third shade. I decided to not get the first shade because it was a little bit more icy, but if you have a fair skin tone, I think the first shade could be beautiful. Let me see how this one swatches. So there is one side that is more smooth, and then one side that is a little bit more, I don't want to say that it's not smooth, but it has a little bit more visible sparkle. And this one is a little lighter as well. These look very, very pretty. I'm going to try that smooth side because that one swatched like a... Oh, that looks so glowy, but definitely not sparkly. Wait, let me put that a little bit down here as well. Oh, okay. You know what? I really like that. Let me use a little bit of the side that's a little sparkly as well. That one is a little darker, but I still don't feel like it's too dark for me. Oh, mixed together, they are truly a powerhouse. Oh, that's fun. This was pretty. You could see that together they are extremely blinding, but I don't feel like they leave a cast. But they are really beautiful. Okay, that was a hit. These, stunning. So pretty, so pretty. Wait, why am I so surprised? But yeah, I've never tried a highlighter from the Sephora brand before. But that was beautiful. How are these brow hairs? I mean, they are somewhat up, but they're not the same. Not really the same as the Patrick Ta, but maybe if you're balling on a budget, it's definitely not a bad product, but I think I still prefer the Patrick Ta one, but... Okay! That is so beautiful! I'm gonna go and wash my hands because I'm a mess. Okay, so these Sephora lip stories just truly has been a beautiful product in my collection. Right now I have 6 here. I have some bright orange. I also have this one that I'm gonna wear today. It's like a muted terracotta. I have like this like nude here. This one is called Tan Lines. This was my first one that I bought. It's beautiful. I have this one that's called Labyrinth City. It is a beautiful like muted berry. This is one of the newest one in my collection. It is called Hot in Havana. This is a satin and it's a bright orange. Oh, it's so pretty. This also is a newer one in my collection. This is called Primal Instinct. It is a yellowy brown, like an ochre brown. Oh, love that. This is also one that's been in my collection for quite some time. This is Landing in Shanghai. This is actually more of a pinky nude, and I don't have that many shades in my collection that are that, so it's really nice to have one. And then I have the one that is called Golden Gate, which is the bridge. We actually were meaning to move to San Francisco when we were moving to the US. It's one of those cities that we had on the map. We were even there scouting a little bit, but then COVID changed everything. And you know what? I'm really happy that we ended up where we are because I'm truly loving the weather here. Even though I'm sure California is beautiful in its own way, I'm loving the weather. And also like, I mean, it's expensive in Austin. It's more expensive than it was living for us in Sweden. It truly is. But living in San Francisco, that's crazy. So this like muted terracotta one is called Adventuring. This is a matte, but these matte ones, they're more like a comfort matte. But they are so beautiful. Like all of these that I've ever tried, except the metallic ones that are a bit so stunning. Highly recommend that. You can get these 30% off. I'm telling you, this is your time to try the Sephora Lip Stories. They are 10 out of 10. The formula is better than some high-end. Sweetie! Eye primer is on and we are going to do some eyeshadows. I also wanted to just give a little shout out to this one. This is the Sephora brand Lip Stories Balm. So it is the same like collection. It is the Lip Stories. It also has this like more cardboard packaging, and this is the balmy like sheer lipstick. I have this in a pinky color, and I think the reason why I got this in a pinky color is because they didn't have that many shades available, and I think a lot of them were like more purpley red berry. So I think this was one of the lighter ones. I really hope that they come up with more shades of this because it is a beautiful balm. Maybe they have come up with more shades, who knows? But if you see this one, it's a little bit longer than the lipsticks, so it's like a balm in a stick. Also from Sephora collection. I also 10 out of 10 recommend this one. Beautiful formula. I only have one color though, and it's only because the colors that were released in the beginning at least, they weren't really perfect for me. But maybe they've come up with more colors since then. I honestly don't know. This is the Sephora Pocket Palette. I'm pretty sure this is fairly affordable. Let me pop up the price here, and then 30% off. That is pretty cool. So it has like one of these, and then you open. Boo-boo. I know this is neutral. Listen. Hear me out, hear me out. I did buy, look at this. I did buy an eyeliner in green. This doesn't go with anything. This does not go with a single item in my look. But I saw this and I was like, getting that lime green. And that's the story. That's the story. But I want to use this one together with this because I do like a neutral look when it's dramatic. And you don't have to bring the drama with black. You can bring the drama with white. So this is it's called Colorful. Oh, sweetie, who's gonna tell them? This is the Sephora Colorful Ombre. Wait, why am I reading the French one? Calm down. Colorful Shadow and Liner Matte. And this is waterproof. And look, it is a white. Do you remember the sticks from NYX? I was thinking, let's try a cut crease. I know, or maybe not even a cut crease. Maybe, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Famous last words. But we're gonna start with this one. I think I'm gonna use these two mattes. And just, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna start with the darkest one first, and let's, ooh, see this is H. It creases within 2 seconds. Okay, new try. We're getting that darker shade here, and since I want this to be dramatic, I start with the darkest shade so that I'm sure that that one is looking as intense as possible, because I want it to be a dark brown going to white. So let me start with this brown and then blend it out with that orange. I'm just stamping on some of the orange on the line. And I'm just gonna blend it in. And I think I'm gonna put it here as well. And am I gonna do a cut crease? Are we gonna try a cut crease? Maybe. I think that this turned out really good. I did use a little bit of the powder that I used for my face to blur out the edges on the the brow bone. I'm like, totally zoning out, but I think it looks nice. I mean, it's neutrals. I mean, neutrals aren't that hard, to be honest. I know that my friend Heather Austin is doing a similar video like this because we were actually talking about it and we were both wanting to do it. And I think she bought another color, but I wanted to wear something with the orange. That was very pigmented. Okay, why did I start painting without having a plan? I always do this to myself. Okay, I need a brush. Okay, so I think that this one might work. I mean, this dried down a little bit, but this is just a flat brush from Cleona. So I think I am gonna try and do a cut crease. That's working even better than I thought. Even better than I thought. I'm gonna like do some straight from here and we can wow, that is working out even better than I thought. Okay, I'm just gonna like dab on a little bit here at the end because I don't care too much about that. And maybe why don't we do a little bit of like a shimmer? Maybe like something that's like maybe this one or this one. Just a little bit to like have in between where they meet. That looks so nice. Why am I so surprised? I don't know why I'm this surprised, but like that looks... That's so pretty. Wow, I am shooketh. I am gonna leave that to dry down and we can see if it creases or if I need to set it with a shadow. Let me use the green. This doesn't go with anything, but here we are. Here we are. Do you see this, by the way? I don't want to talk about that. I had an accident. Wow, this is really creamy. Wait, why is this so incredibly intense? Where have you been all my life? We could have been BFFs for so long. I love it. The look is pretty much finished and I have to say I really love it. I did use a little bit with a brush, the translucent powder, and I put it on top of the white just in the crease. It wasn't creasing, it actually was absolutely no creasing, but it felt a little bit tacky and it was a little bit uncomfortable just in the crease. So I just used like a little bit of like translucent powder on top of it. And it looks beautiful. So this white that you're seeing, there's no eyeshadow, it's just a stick. And I think I will be using this in the future, doing like dramatic cut creases. And apparently my dog is going crazy again. I'm gonna put on some half lashes. I honestly don't know if Sephora has lashes even. I didn't look, maybe they do, but you know what? I'm really enjoying my look today. Look at that glow. Ooh, I'm actually, like I said, I'm heading to the Container Store with my husband in like, I wanna say an hour, and you know what? I'm really enjoying my look more than I thought I would. I don't do a lot of neutral looks, but I will say I feel very beautiful in this look, and I think it's the contrast with the white and then that lime green pop in the waterline that's really doing it. And I will say, I'm always like, oh my god, neutrals, I'm not a neutral girl, but every time I wear neutrals, I feel pretty. It's just that I'm always drawn to the blues. But I mean, this looks really nice. I did like the quality of all of these products. I will say the only thing that I'm like, I don't know exactly about is the brow gel. Personally, I want something that has a little bit more hold, and I will put some of the Patrick Ta on after I'm done filming, just to get my brows to really stand up for the rest of the day. but I am really enjoying this look. I know from before that I really love the foundation and that I really love the Lip Stories like lip line. I want, do they have lip liners? They should really have Lip Stories lip liners. You should get on that. And I will say, how impressive is this highlighter? Like, it is so beautiful, and also this eye pen, so pretty. The powder is nice. I'm not like blown away. I think it is a nice powder. It didn't look cakey on the skin. The concealer, really beautiful as well. Like, look at how fresh that looks under my eyes. See, here's the thing. There's a lot of really good products hidden within the Sephora collection range. And I feel like sometimes we forget. And the blush was really nice too. Like, it looks really beautiful. It's like, why is it? Because I know in Sweden, for example, like I'm from Sweden, but I live in Texas right now. I know in Sweden, the Sephora in Sweden, they do send out PR. But I don't know if anyone outside of Sweden, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone outside of Sweden get Sephora like a collection PR. Is that a reason? I don't know. But I really love how this is looking. I will leave a pinned comment down below how this is wearing. I already know I love some things, but I'll leave a pinned comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check my links, and also don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again tomorrow for a new video. Bye!